Hey, what's up you guys? It's Emily. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. So I'm finally back after a week. I literally don't think I can ever quit YouTube because I miss you guys so much. I don't know, it just felt so weird not to upload. By the way, before we get started, I would just like to say sorry about this nail. I broke it off at work the other day, and yeah, but I'm gonna get it fixed, so it won't be in my next video, I don't think. But anyways, I just wanted to say hi. I haven't seen you guys in forever, and I wasn't really sure what to make this video for this week because with just coming home from vacation and having to work these last few days, and I have to work the next couple days, I was like, I don't really have time to, you know, think of what I want to film. So I asked you guys on Twitter, which by the way, if you don't follow me, go ahead and follow me. Shameless plug, but it's fine. I'll have my Twitter and like stuff down below. I ask you guys all the time what you guys want to see because I value your guys' opinion and I don't want to give you content you don't want. Anyways, this is turning into a really long intro. So the story time, I asked between a makeup tutorial and a story time. The story time won, and then I asked between embarrassing work stories and high school stories, and high school stories is winning right now currently. And I said the cutoff was going to be in a couple hours, so I'm going to cut it off right now and I'll tell you guys some high school stories that happened to me. I'm in college now, so I don't feel bad about talking about them. So anyways, if you want to hear some college or high school stories, just keep on watching. Okay, so I guess the first one I'll start off with, I just want to start off by saying high school was not like a super interesting time in my life. I mean, I feel like ever since I've been in college, so much crazy stuff has been happening. But high school wasn't really like that. High school was kind of mellow. I just kind of went to school, mind my business, came home, probably slept, went to work, you know, stuff like that. But I do remember there was this one time, you know, if you live in a state where it snows, snow days are the bomb. The only time I would want it to snow is if it was on a weekday so I could possibly get off of school, you know what I'm saying? So I remember it was one day and it had snowed so bad, and where my school was, I guess I should just tell you now because it's gonna preface, it'll like preface my next story. My school wasn't in the best area. I went to a Catholic school and the two Catholic high schools weren't in the best of areas, I'd say. So the road crews weren't really on top of things. So when I found out that after it had snowed this much and I didn't get school off, I was like, wow, okay, whatever. But usually, you know, like you see it from your window and like the side roads are usually worse than the main roads. Well, this day, the main roads were terrible. So I just remember going through my town to get to this town where my school was, and my town is more on top of things, and our roads were even bad. So I could only imagine what was gonna happen. So whatever, I'm driving, obviously it's awful. I don't know why we had school. So I pull up to go down. Okay, this is a kicker. Our school was literally at a 90-degree hill. I'm not even joking. You had to go up this steep hill and just pray for the best on snow days, honestly. So right as I'm about to go up, I noticed there's a kid in a Jeep Wrangler pulling people out of the snowbank. So I'm like, okay, what is going on? Like, you couldn't even clear this hill. This is dangerous for all the students. Half of us had just gotten our license and it was just terrible. So I'm starting to go up the snow, and what would happen is you'd have to stop because you turn into the parking lot. So the cars behind you would have to slow down and like wait for the oncoming traffic to pass, and then you go. Well, what was happening was people were getting stuck in the snow because they were pausing before they turned. So the janitors were outside with buckets of salt trying to push kids, I just spit a little bit if you saw that, trying to push kids out of the snow. I freaked out because my car got stuck. I drive a 2010 Ford Focus. It is the miniest car, the lightest weight car ever, and I'm stuck in the snow. So the janitor sees I'm stuck. He comes over, he starts putting like salt on my tires and trying to push me out. I'm first of all, embarrassed because I don't know, it's awkward, like one-on-one with the janitor. And two, I'm pissed because why did I have to come to school when I can't even make it into the parking lot? Like, nobody's making it into this parking lot. I think they had to give us like an extra half an hour to get to school because there were so many like road problems. So that was one instance I remember from high school so vividly. The second one, okay, so I told you guys, my school is not in the best area in town, and also we were a Catholic school, so during your senior year you would do something called a service class. Now the way our classes were set up, they were an hour and a half, I believe they were an hour and a half, hour 15 minutes, hour and a half, I can't really remember, but they were longer classes. So your senior year you would do a class, it was mandatory, called service. And what it was you had 5 different places to go throughout the week, and you would just go do like service activities, you know, and it was fun because you got out of school and you got to help the community and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I remember one day, me and my service group, so you'd have like a group of 4 or 5, you'd all go in one car to the location, and then you'd come back right before the class would change. So me and my group went out to, I believe we were going to an elementary school. So we stayed at the elementary school, and we're coming back up that hill like I told you, and there was a house outside of our school. This sounds so strange now that I'm like trying to like describe it. There was one single house with like land in front of our school, so you'd have to drive by the house to like get in the parking lot. Like the back of the house was technically in the parking lot. So strange, I don't know. So I just remember we were coming up the road and we noticed there were like cop cars at that house. So like, I mean, whatever, like you don't really know. So as we're getting closer to the school, we noticed the SWAT team is at the house. And I'm freaking out because I've never ever seen the SWAT team except in like movies, and I'm thinking, what's wrong? Like, what's in that house that the SWAT team has to be there? So I just remember we drove by the SWAT team like house, because you can't drive into the school without passing the house. And you don't want to pass the house if there's like something bad in it, you know what I'm saying? So we called the school and we were like, are we in lockdown? Like, should we not come back? And they're like, oh no, it's fine. And I'm like, then why is the SWAT team there? And it was so weird. I guess like it was like a misunderstanding or something, I guess. I don't know how the SWAT team got involved, but that is scary. And I don't know why we weren't in lockdown now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, just really weird seeing the SWAT team in front of your high school. So the last story, I don't want to tell this one because it's kind of like a bad story, and I know I'm like goody two shoes, but I feel like I should tell it because this is like a real part of high school. So I guess I'll tell you guys this. I really don't want to, but I'm gonna tell you guys. Okay, so when I was I a freshman or was I a sophomore? I was a freshman or a sophomore. I remember I was in my beginning years of high school, so I was either 15 or 16. I got invited to this party. So my 2 friends went to another school. They knew this kid who was having a party. Their parents were gonna drive us there, and then my mom was gonna drive us home because the house was kind of close to our houses and they lived on the same street as me. So I just remember getting this invite from this guy to come to this party, and everybody knows, if you like know me well on my channel, I don't drink, and it's not like I don't drink because I want to be like sober, like I'm like too good for drinking, but it's just like I just don't enjoy it. I don't like the way it tastes, so like I don't want to drink it, and I don't like the feeling of being like buzzed, so I'm assuming I wouldn't like the feeling of being drunk. I mean, I don't know. Anyways, so I know this whole time that my mom is gonna come to get us. So I'm not drinking just because I don't want to drink. I don't like to drink, whatever. But my 2 friends, you know, when you're in high school, it's like, oh my god, you see like beer and it's like, oh shoot, like the opportunity's here, might as well take it. So my friends started drinking beer, and us being either 15 or 16, you can imagine, like it doesn't take much to make you buzzed or drunk or whatever you want to call it. So I just remember my mom came to pick me up, and one of them was like kind of buzzed a little bit, but like could control themselves. The other was like belligerent. You guys, I'm not even joking. She couldn't have drinking more than 3 beers. Like, it's not like we were out here taking shots and stuff. It was a solid 3 beers. So we get in the car and they just smell like alcohol. My mom could tell right away, and I'm mortified because I don't want my mom not letting me go out again because she thinks I'm doing these things at a young age, which I didn't. Like, so I didn't want to be punished for it. So I'm in the car and I just remember saying, can we stop at Sheetz for a second? I have to go to the bathroom. So my mom pulled into Sheetz, which if you don't know what Sheetz is, it's like a gas station slash food place. Really weird, but it's cool too at the same time. So we pulled into Sheetz and I took my 2 friends in the bathroom and I just remember my friend was drunk, slurring her words off of 3 beers. Guys, I'm not even joking because I watch out for my friends. If she would have gone overboard, I would have known. And she's like drunk, slurring her words, and I was just like, straighten up. My mom's going to be so mad at me if you give it away that she already knows we've been drinking or you've been drinking, and it's worse enough, but if you start acting drunk, she's gonna get even madder. So I just remember I made her wash her face with some cold water and I just said, please don't talk. Just don't talk. And of course, what does she do? She tries to hold a conversation with my mother. And it's not making any sense. My mom is just like, okay. So I drop them off and my mom's pissed, you could tell. And as soon as they get out of the car, my mom's like, I don't understand why you were drinking. You know not to drink at parties, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I wasn't drinking though, blah, blah. She made me breathe on her to make sure that I wasn't drinking. So obviously I hadn't been, so she noticed, but like, that's just mortifying. You don't want your mom to see your friends like that when you're 15 or 16. It's just embarrassing, especially at that time. Like right now, if I was drunk and called my mom and she came up and picked me up when I was like so intoxicated, which probably wouldn't happen, but I wouldn't even be embarrassed. But when you're so young and you know you shouldn't be doing something like that, I don't know, it just made it worse. And yeah, so those are my 3 stories that I mostly remember from high school because like I said, I didn't do anything exciting in high school. I just kind of wanted to get it over with, to get it to college, to have my freedom. And yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed this story time slash mini story times, 3 minis and 1, I don't know, but I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, my new schedule is Wednesday and Friday, in case you didn't see my video last week. I believe it was it last week? Yeah, it was last week. But just in case you didn't see that one, I just want to let you guys know my new schedule is Wednesday and Friday, and I drop Mondays. So yeah, I will see you guys in my coffee talk Friday. And like I said, don't forget to follow me on Twitter because I ask you guys what you guys want to see. I take polls a lot. So yeah, so I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.